Smells okay? Okay, we're ready to start. Can you tell me when we go live? Okay, we're live. Thanks very much. Okay, thanks, Offset. Okay, thanks very much for coming, guys. Perhaps an opening statement from Coach, please.
You know, first of all, I want to give New Zealand credit. They totally outplayed us on both ends of the floor. They were able to control the paint, which anytime you can control the paint, you're going to have a great chance to win. They just played harder than us. They got every loose ball. They just outplayed us in every phase of the game. So we got a lot of improvement to do as a team, and we'll go back. You know, we got a quick turnaround. We got to go to Korea. Hopefully we can get things turned around and be competitive over there.
Coach, what makes this New Zealand team so tough to match up against?
Their physicality. They really defend you. They take you out of what you would like to try to do offensively, and then they just really attack you defensively, and we just couldn't stop their penetration. And I thought they just played, much harder than us, tougher than us.
New Zealand's very close to qualifying for the World Cup now. What do you think about the team's potential? They've obviously got a lot of players still to come back in the fold for next year. What do you think about their ability as a team?
I think, we've got a nice nucleus, but, we're young. I think we're young and inexperienced, and we just got to gain some experience. And, I've just been on the job about 7 weeks, and it just takes a little time to develop my system of what we're trying to do. I think we're making progress, but we still have a long ways to go.
Your import got ruled out before the game, is that right? As ineligibility, is that something you're working through?
Yeah, it was something with a passport FIBA issue. I don't know exactly what the cause was. It was a little disappointing because I know our federation worked very hard to try to get that done. I thought they followed every protocol that you needed to, but FIBA said that we did something wrong, and it's very disappointing because we thought we did everything that we needed to do. And when you get politics involved, it's not a good thing. But because basketball is separate from politics, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be about basketball, and I don't think it was in this case.
Do you think he might be available for your next game, or are you confident?
From what I understand, no, he won't be eligible for this window. So. Which is disappointing because I thought he could have really helped us. I'm not saying we could have won the game with him, but I think he could have helped us because he's a point guard that can control the ball in the game.
Coach, have you had a chance to consider where this result will affect your chances for the World Cup?
I really haven't. I know we're fighting for our lives. This is something that, we just got to try to improve, learn from this, put it behind us, and get prepared, get ready for the next game we have.
And then maybe just a comment from you on how the boys have, how the trip to New Zealand has been, besides the result, leading up to the game.
I mean, New Zealand's nice, definitely a nice country to be in, but we didn't really have a lot of time to go and explore. It's been just basically basketball. So.
How have you found the preparation for the team leading up to this game? Does the team have much time? Do you think that shortens the time?
Well, yeah, like Coach said, he just got here not too long ago. And it's a whole new system, but we just got to take it day by day and just try to progress.
Right. And next matchup?
Korea. Just short-term memory. Just turn around and try to get a win. Take it game by game.
Okay, thanks very much.
All right. Thank you.
What are your initial thoughts after that one, Paul?
Yeah, really proud of this group, the way that they continue to buy into the way that we're trying to play, and the way that we're playing for each other, and really getting after it in terms of our intensity and physicality, especially at the defensive end, and the way that we were able to, several guys were able to step up without, several of our regular players. Was really pleasing to see, and really pleasing to see, across the board, production and positive impact on the game.
What did you think of your debutants, Tom Vodanovich and Cruz?
Yeah, I thought they both came out and played with a really good balance of poise and confidence, and showed that while there's always room for improvement, they showed that they're more than comfortable out on the floor on the international stage.
Is it becoming harder to sort of pick this team? A lot of these young guys really stepped up tonight, and creating that depth for the Tall Blacks now, which is going to be pivotal come next year.
Yeah, it's always. I think the hardest selection will be when it gets around to, or hopefully World Cup selection, where in these windows we're sort of limited in terms of availability of players, and especially with all our US based players not available, and having guys sort of dealing with injuries through a season. But when we get to, hopefully we can get this qualification wrapped up, and once we get to that stage where we're having to choose 12 players to represent New Zealand at the World Cup, that's going to be a very difficult selection process.
Do you think that depth in New Zealand basketball is probably as good as it's been in a long time? I guess a couple of years ago, if the Tall Blacks had lost guys like, Corey Webster, Ty Webster, some of these big names, they might have struggled, but you guys just rolled on, tonight, so that's got to be pleasing for, as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to compare generations and teams and whatnot, but what I can speak for is at this current moment, we've leading into every window, we've got to select a long list of 24 players, and even selecting that one right now is, if we had everybody available, is a difficult selection.
How do you believe you're obviously pretty close to qualifying for the World Cup? I think if you beat Syria on Sunday, it'll guarantee it. But how do you believe this group and the Tall Blacks are tracking, leading into China next year, which is the big one?
Yeah, I mean, I think records suggest that we're doing well, but I think probably bigger picture, the way that we've been able to integrate different players and younger players, and keep our experienced guys like Tom and Mika and many others of that level of experience, just combining that mixture, I think has allowed us to really just sort of keep momentum, and just each window or each time we get together, we're able to make subtle changes, but more importantly keep consistency in terms of the way that we're competing.
Tom, what did you make of the new guys, the young guys that really stepped up tonight as sort of one of the veterans leaders of this team?
Yeah, I was excited for them. Great for them to get an opportunity out there. Cruz is just a real young guy getting to come and play for the Tall Blacks. I know he was probably wasn't expecting to get on that early, but he did a great job. And like Paulie said, they both came out and played with a lot of confidence, which is what you want to see out of them. They weren't shy of the moment and took their opportunity, which was great.
I mean, you've been around the Tall Blacks a long time. I mean, where do you sort of see this squad's at? I mean, do you think the depth's right up there, in your involvement with the team all over the years you've played?
Yeah, for sure. No, the depth is certainly there at the moment, and obviously with these qualifying windows and different availability of different guys at different times, that depth gets tested, and I think we've certainly ticked that box that we do have guys ready to step in when needed and get the job done.
And Tom, how pleasing is it? You guys basically all four quarters played very strong tonight. I guess sometimes you get to weaker oppositions, and it's easy to tail off a little bit in the second half, but the boys, really even in the fourth quarter fought pretty strongly. Yeah, that's always the challenge, I guess, when you build a bit of a lead, is continuing to put the foot down and play the right way. And I think we did a great job of that, playing hard up and in. The physicality and the intensity was there for the full four quarters, and no matter who came in, they kept it rolling, which was great. Well, was there no niggles for Sunday? Everyone sort of pulled up all right after the game?
Yeah, I think everyone got through the game really well. So, it's the beauty about this system is, we enjoy this one, we celebrate this one, and then get ready for another big one on Sunday.
Well, next Sunday, if you win that's a qualification for the World Cup.
Definitely.
That must be
good.
Yeah, fine one to the boys, and we can.
Yeah, that's ever since this process started, that's been our number one goal, and we have other team goals that we want to achieve that relies on us qualifying for the World Cup. So, all of these guys have put so much physical, mental, and emotional energy and effort into getting us to this place right now. And the message to the group is, we're not there yet. Let's keep pushing and striving for greatness in terms of how we're trying to play. So, Sunday's just another step in that direction.
And a lot of these guys playing on tough schedules. Some of these guys, Tom showed up at midnight and gone to bed at 1 a.m. on Monday. How did you notice that weariness early on this week, and how's that been managed?
Yeah, we did actually, and probably surprised to these guys, we gave them a morning off yesterday.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Yesterday, just to because we had guys travelling from Perth, we had guys travelling from Brisbane and Melbourne and all over the place really, and we literally didn't have our full team here until I think when Shea Ellie arrived on Wednesday morning, or Tuesday afternoon. So we just wanted to be smart around how much we can fit in terms of systematic, what we can get in such a short time. The most important thing, because most of these guys are in season, is just to make sure that physically and mentally they're fresh and ready to go. And I thought with the energy that they showed throughout that game tonight, I think we made the right decision. That's something that we'll continue to manage throughout this process.
Well, what did you make of Jordan Artai? Obviously, last few years he's made sort of big improvements with his basketball and really took his minutes tonight. What were your impressions of how he went? Yeah,
I mean, I think Jordan's been, he's turned into a hell of a player, not just this year, but over the last sort of 18 months. He's worked his butt off, and it's not the first time that he's got hot from the three-point line and playing for the Tall Blacks, and it's just a wonderful addition to the team. I think tonight we had a really good rotation with Ruben and Tom and Jordan. We're sort of working through that 2-3 position, and just having all those guys being able to shoot the ball at such a high clip is a great luxury to have, and just awesome for him to get out there and see that ball go through the hoop. And anytime you can have multiple threats on the floor, is your team's in good shape.
Tom, the 12 that usually selected for each of these windows has been quite different with the long list over the World Cup qualifiers. Have you noticed that does the culture seem to change a little bit, or is the camp feel a little bit different each window with the change of crowd, or is there a consistency?
No, not really. I think the consistency of the culture is something that's a big part of what we're about at the Tall Blacks, and Paulie does a fantastic job of instilling that culture within us and understanding what it means to be a Tall Black, and everything that comes with that, and that's impressed upon the group every time we come together, no matter who's there, and everyone does a great job of buying into that. So to answer your question, no, the culture doesn't really change. It's a fantastic group to be a part of, and everyone that comes in loves being here, and I think you see that on the court and the way that we play and the way that we're moving and sharing the basketball out there is a really fun. It's a really fun group to be a part of.
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thanks, guys.